I watch some of these little videos that these kids put out, these tutorials that I'm like, that's a lot of. And I wear a lot that you can see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they wear a lot of layers. It's like the base, and then it's like a concealer, and then it's like a highlight, and then it's like a bronzer, and then it's like, I'm like, that's a lot of steps to look as ugly as you look when you're done.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I can look ugly with 3 items.
Please make welcome an up-and-coming queen who's really got the chops. And she's killing it on stages across Southern California. It's Bianca Del Rio!
Coming up. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Not even for air at my age. It's sad. It's sad.
Energy up. Woo!
I was with my friend Sherry Vine, and because she has to eat at 4, the elderly, if you call it eating, that's the way you do those events. Because not they go on and on and on, and they all start preaching about their lives. I don't give a shit. I came for the booze and came for the red carpet. It's horrible. You know how it is. Like once you start taking off your eyelashes, once you take out the contacts, once I take out my teeth, all of that is like I'm done. So the can I can trust. When you hear the, you know it's going to be fizzy and exciting.
I always fear that someone's not going to have a ride.
And you care about people.
I do.
So that's where you and I differ. Yeah. I don't get it. But as you were saying before about New York queens, which I find so funny, especially now with Drag Race and all of the queens who happen to live in New York. And let's just, as we go along with me with this, but they live, their destination is New York City. But they say, I'm a New York queen. Never worked in New York. Never did a gig. Never had a night. Never hustled in the bars. So I find that fascinating that they always go, well, we New York queens. Oh, girl, please. You're an Instagram queen. That's a different ball of wax. Like whenever somebody uses that as like something nasty against me, like, oh, you're just old. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you last this long. I hope you have a career. I hope you have a life, you sad f***. My new show, Dead Inside.
What? You? Dead Inside?
I know. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe it? Well, for
not.
once, it would explain the smell. I mean, when I was younger, I would do shared numbers, as you were talking about my numbers that I would do, because I was brown and had a big nose. So it was Cher pre-surgery, but it was that type of thing where a queen told me, you're a Cher. You could have on the wrong wig, the wrong costume, because as gays, we're going, that's not turn back time hair. But
see, that is so true.
Do what you want, girl. Wear your half-breed wig for turn back time. But it's wrong.
That is so true. I worked as a night audit at a Best Western when I was in college, and we used to have to mix the orange juice, and we had to use our hand. I swear. But we had to put a plastic bag on because there was no spoon. Oh. It happens. It happens.
Okay, that. Yeah.
You want to go to Mary's?
Yeah, let's go tonight. I want to drink from a size 12,
girl,
honey.
You want a booking?
Girl, how drunk are you?
$50.
Pair of size 12s is already down my throat.
Pandora. Well, we'll talk about Pandora. We won't talk about Pandora at all.
Well, let's do, because no one else does. Tell us. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, how else would we know how you feel about a Subway sandwich?
But nobody cares.
The carts at Aldi, all of that is important to the world, and I think people can relate to you and they understand where you come from. So it's important that you're there. Visibility is important
for my people.
There are grumpy old people who themselves who feel like you, so it's important. Wait, people send in letters?
Like
what year is this?
This is there's a stamp on here.
Okay.
Sometimes, and I usually have my own letter openers.
Okay.
I feel like such a slob because I don't have. I mean, there's other reasons why I'm slobbish, but
well, use that safety pin you cleaned your teeth with.
Where is it?
I do enjoy bulk shopping.
Okay.
Because I enjoy the way it looks when I go home. Like if I'm down to maybe 8 rolls of paper towel, some people would think, oh, I'm good. Not me.
No.
It needs to be at least 20 in order for it to look right. And they have to be out of the wrappers, all stacked together, organized.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. I've got to see it to know that it's there. If I see something's running low, then I have to go get it to fill it. I don't like it once it's gone.
I love that.
I'm crazy. I'll even roll you a tampon this big if you need
I
it.
need it.
Yeah.
I need it. A bolster tampon.
A bolster tampon. And I got on the plane and I just began to eat my peanut M&Ms. Now, there was a stewardess up at the front who was giving her speech. And look, I have flown. I know the routine. I know where the seat, I know where the exit. I know all of that. I know how to click it. I don't need you to explain it to me. So as I'm eating my peanut M&Ms, she walks over and just snatches them out of my hand.
No.
And then I take my headphones off. She's like, I was just telling everyone that someone on the plane has a peanut allergy. And I'm like, my bad.
So, but wait. So
the moral of the story is take off your headphones, because I just assumed it was something I already heard. But no, she was explaining to everyone there's peanut allergy. No one should be eating peanuts on the flight. And I'm eating peanut M&Ms. They don't care.
They just care about peanuts.
They just care about peanuts.
Ew.
Isn't that crazy? Because apparently if they get peanut juice on them or peanut dust on them, they're going to swell up and be, it's crazy.
Oh, well, then you need to swim where you're going or something else.
I'm working on that. I'm working on getting a boat.
I can't believe she really did that.
I watched some of these little videos that these kids put out, these tutorials that I'm like, that's a lot of fucking, and I wear a lot that you can see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they wear a lot of layers. It's like the base, and then it's like a concealer, and then it's like a highlight, and then it's like a bronzer, and then it's like, I'm like, that's a lot of fucking steps to look as ugly as you look when you're done.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I can look ugly with 3 items. I don't understand the process that they're doing, and I just think about their face and what it must feel like. So instead of hydrating under my eyes, I just add another lash.
Yeah, I can't figure out. I legitimately, I think I see people doing it and they look nice, but then.
Do they look nice?
I mean.
Are we fooled? Because we're looking at the filtered photo we see online, and then we see them in person, and we go, What about these wet wigs? What about these bucket challenge wigs that people are wearing where they're just wet and flat and stuck to the head? Right. Big old meathead and a tiny little wet noodle wig. And you're like, that's not pretty. Let me go put the tiniest wig I have on today.
Sopping wet.
Yeah, to make my face look even bigger. I don't get it. Don't get it.
Because so many people have like new products, like a lot of entertainers attach their names to products, which you also had.
A makeup remover.
Yeah.
Yes, I never bothered with actual makeup because no one's going to buy makeup from somebody ugly. And I'm fascinated by the people that have the makeup lines because I often go, that's all.
If you could answer that for me.
Oh, I have to leave a tip. Okay, well.
And how would you do that? Like, what would you determine is.
My tip from experience here with you? From my experience here, I have to customize.
Yeah,
I think I would have to customize it.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at 15%, 20%, 25%. That's not going to work. I have to customize it because it should be much less.